Oh my gosh, guys, you're not gonna believe what happened. I went to Walmart and I wanted to return some things. And I had an idea of what I was gonna make for dinner tonight, but I needed some items. So I thought, well, I gotta go make this return. I'll take these items with me. Biggity baggity boom, I'd be home, no problem. Well, I get to the store. I got all my stuff in the cart that I want to get. I go over to make my return because I want to do everything at the end. And I'm standing there and the lady asks me for my receipt. I got that. Well, I turn. My pocketbook's not there. Guys, I went to the store with no purse, no money, nothing. I drove my car. I did all of that. So now, what do? I don't have a receipt to return my stuff. Could have gotten store credit if I wanted to. I had no money for dinner. So here's my options. Just walk out with my head hung low and say, I'm sorry. Or I figure it out. So what I did was I didn't do the return. I was humiliated. I had to put everything back that I got because I didn't dare ask them to put it back. And then I went out to my car and I rummaged around to see what was in there, thinking, surely there's something. I always have change or whatever, toll money, something like that in my car. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm in the store and I don't have my purse. I'm gonna go out in the car and run see what kind of change I have. Get something for dinner. I'm so embarrassed. So I only came up with a couple of bucks. So I'm like, all right, Tina, rise to the challenge, right? You're gonna step up, you're gonna do this. So I went back in the store with a fistful of change and I got something for dinner. So my embarrassment was over. Well, I was still embarrassed because I didn't have my thing, but that's already passed. I got what I got and I'm gonna show you what that is. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's heat up those pots, come on. One more thing, I started to walk away. In order for this to work, I have to use some pantry staples. Nothing crazy, but I do have to use some pantry staples. But now, without further ado, let's go, let's heat up those pots, come on. All right, here we go. There is an item missing here. I'm hoping it's in my car. I'm having one of those days, guys. I probably left it at the store, but here we go. I'll let you know what that is. I got some Orzo pasta. I got an onion, and I got 2 tomatoes and some tomato paste. I bought the second tomato after I already rung this all up because I'm always worried that that produce thing is not right. And then I'm gonna get up there, I'm embarrassed the second time because I don't have enough money to buy under $3 worth of stuff. So I went back, got another one. I'm hoping I just sat it down and it's in my car or something like that and I didn't leave it there, but I'll figure it out if I did. First thing I'm gonna do is dice up that onion and start cooking. You know what? I'm not gonna use the onion that I bought, and here's why. I have one of these. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. They keep your refrigerator from smelling like onions. But there's a piece of an onion in here, and I think I wanna use that up because see, it's getting ready to go. So I think I'm gonna use that half an onion rather than that onion. All right, all chopped up, nothing but the nub. I didn't mention what we were making. We're going to be making a knockoff of Orzo Alla vodka. I don't have any alcohol in the house, so I'm going to do something else to sub out for that. So I've got my pan heating up. Normally I put out all the things I'm going to use. I'm kind of winging this, so I might use this and not use that. All right, so I'm going to put some olive oil in the pan. And we're gonna saute the onions. Nothing crazy. Looks like quite a bit. All right, so I'm gonna saute these down and show you the next step. All righty, low and slow. That's the way I like my onions, but you do it like this. All right, to this, I'm gonna add the whole can of tomato paste. Oh wait, before I do that, I gotta add the garlic. And I'm just gonna put a big old plop full in there. A little bit more. I'll leave the actual recipe for this, what I'm like loosely following, because I don't have all the ingredients. It's a very basic recipe. Ooh, I'm smelling it already. There we go. That's what we want. All right, move that to the back over there just real quick. To this, we're going to add the whole can of tomato paste. I forgot to take the back off, but we'll be all right. Got to add some liquid anyway. Now, the recipe calls for some vodka. I don't have vodka. I don't drink. There's never in my house. I can't think of a time that I would have it. I might, on occasion, have some wine in the house, but... So, what you do when you don't have wine or something like that, there's like, I don't know what the word is, but this calls for a half a cup. I'm going to substitute it out for chicken broth. However, it's not going to be an exact match, but what you do is you take a little bit of white wine or something like that, vinegar, and you add a splash to it. It gives it that something in the background. So I'm just going to give it a splash. Maybe one more splash. That's good. And that we're going to put it here, and we're going to reduce it down just a little bit. Actually, I want to rinse that through that can. Get all of that flavor out of the can. I went back and forth over whether I wanted to get that onion or not, instead of like onion flakes. But when I'm working with basic ingredients, I'm trying to add fresh where I can. All right, so we're gonna let that cook and reduce for about 3-ish or so minutes. It might take a little bit longer because we're using chicken broth and not alcohol. So onward, forward. Gonna mix that around and let it reduce. Gotta turn it back up a little bit. All right, so it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. Gonna move that over to the side. Let me get the Orzo pasta. And we're gonna put this in here. We're just gonna toast it a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna move that around the pan a little bit, let it toast up. Try to get that out of the heat. Gets like a nutty smell. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. I'm gonna move that up like that a little bit. So most of this is on the heat and not the stuff in the back. All right, I'm gonna give that a minute. All right, that's nice and toasty. I'll move that back down a little bit. Keep it in frame. We're gonna give that a nice mixy poo. And we're gonna add enough chicken broth to cover the pasta. I have 4 cups. I don't know if I'm gonna use it all. I make extra so I can pour it on as it simmers. But basically you just gotta kind of cover it a little bit. What's funny is this calls for 2.5 cups, and that's exactly what I poured out of the container. All right, so we're gonna cover that up and let it simmer for a little while till the pasta gets to where we like it. Keep an eye on it though. Keep an eye on your liquid levels. Boom. Be back in a flash. I'm just gonna take a little peeky poo, see what's going on. Let the water drop down. I don't wanna burn it. Yeah, see? It's starting to stick. Oh boy. See? Keep an eye. I'm gonna give it a little bit more liquid in there. Just a little bit more though. Not a lot more. Because we're coming down the home stretch. That's why I say watch it. Mine was starting to stick. And I have my stove, a gas stove. I have it set, it's like 2, it might be 2.5. It's a little bit over the 2. And it was starting to stick. All right, let's give that a couple more minutes and we're gonna be done. Well, not done, done with this portion. While that's doing its thing and finishing up, I'm gonna dice up my tomato. Here's the other thing. I left my tomato at the store. So I have a little tomato here. I think I'm just gonna dice that up. All right, I found a tomato about the same as what I had at the store. I'm gonna dice that up. So I just made a couple of slits down the side there just to kind of chunk it up, and then I'm gonna go this way. I like the Roma tomatoes because they're a little bit beefier, I guess, so I could chunk it up. And then I'm just gonna try and slice it without actually squishing it. Just like that. Ah, kind of like that. Just trying to get a little bit of the fresh aspect in it. I don't know why that's so dark. Okay. So just like that. Everything but the nub. Actually, there's a little tiny piece right there. Nothing goes to waste. This is why I prefer those over these, because it's all the juice is on the table. Not the table, the cutting board. All right, back to the pot. All right, I just checked it a minute ago. It's doing okay. This part is optional. Oops. This part is optional, and I can't believe I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna add a little bit of red pepper flake in there. The kids like it. I don't. They do, but I put so little in there, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. Everything else we're about to do is turning off the stove. I'm going to add I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese in here. I'm going to use the dairy-free. This way I don't have to separate it. When we add the extra, we can add the regular in there. So what I'm using for the dairy-free is Follow Your Heart Parmesan. It's kind of salty, so I'm not going to add salt. We could add salt at the table if we want it. Okay. Now we're going to add, you could add some milk, some heavy whipping cream, and those tomatoes, just to give this a little bit of a something something. Oh, we need some pepper. Where's my pepper? I just tasted that. It's not salty, but I'll tell you what, I'm only going to add a pinch of pepper because I can taste that red pepper flake. Okay, that. We're going to add the tomatoes that I diced up and the juice, whatever I got on there. Woo! Don't spill, don't spill. Right in. Try to keep the juice. Okay. And then what we're gonna add, last but not least, see that tomato just adds a touch of something. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt because I did taste it. It was not salty at all. So we're gonna do a pinch and a half. And then we're gonna add some milk or heavy whipping cream or whatever you got. It's about a half a cup. And this is plant-based. It's gonna make it nice and creamy. This plant-based heavy whipping cream is not bad at all. It has no taste at all, which I like. All right, we're gonna mix that through and then we're gonna just start plating up. I'll garnish it with some parsley or something or whatever you got. I probably should have kept a couple of tomatoes out to put on top, but I don't have another tomato, I don't think. Just for the picture, that's all I wanted it for. All right, that's that, guys. Look how creamy that is. Oh, I can't wait to taste it all the way. I'll taste it a little bit. All right, let me get Eric down here and start tasting. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese on it. I'm sorry, I'm holding it in my hand. And some parsley for color, I guess. All right, gonna add a little bit of the parsley. Some Parmesan. Put some on top. And a little bit of parsley for color, for the pretty. There you go, guys. I'm gonna meet you at the table. If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Dinner time! All right, I'm just gonna dive right in. Mine has real Parmesan cheese on it now, so that's that, but in it, when I was making it, I used your cheese.
All right.
So let's just dive in, get a little bit of that tomato in there, tell me if it adds a little bit of freshness to it. Because that was the plan. And just make sure it's not too hot, because we did just take it off the stove. No, that cooled down quick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
It does kind of taste like penne pasta alla vodka. That it does kind of taste it.
That's really good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. I could probably eat this whole bowl. I won't, but I probably could. All right, let's get the others fed and see what they think about it. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How'd we do? Boom! They ate it all. They loved it. So let's hear what they have to say about it. I got a question for you guys. I know you don't know a lot about like what things cost, but if you were to guess, and knowing me and what I spend, what do you think I spent on it?
$6.
About $6. Would it surprise you to know that it was about $2.50-ish?
What? Really?
Yeah.
What?
That whole meal.
Oh, wow. I thought it was going to be 6.
Like 6. All right. So, Aiden, what'd you think about it?
I really loved it.
Eric, what'd you think about it?
I think it was amazing. I really liked the taste. And I'm definitely going to be eating the rest that's in the pot.
What, the 3 scraps that are in there? That's funny. Tyler, what'd you think?
That was absolutely good, and I loved it very much.
Awesome. I liked it. It reminded me like the penne pasta alla vodka, that, or however you say it. It really did give it that, you know, it scratched that itch, I guess. And the fresh tomatoes, I think it added to it. It just gave it a fresher bite. So if you get stuck at the store like I did today, you can make this too. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. See you later. Bye.